All right, here we are. Softball fans, Carrier Park, first game of the season. First pitch is fouled off, strike one on Kalen, the catcher for the CNY Xplosion. Hey, Liv, you got my pen? I can get it. That ball is hit. Another foul ball down the third base line. Strike two on Kalen. So no balls and two strikes on Kalen. Swung on, ground ball, comes over to the short. Fielded at shortstop, throw over to first is not in time. Kalen legs out an infield single to start off the Xplosion. That brings up Abby Cagle to the plate. First pitch to Abby, down in the turf, 1-0. Throw over to first, not in time, close play. One 0 pitch to shortstop, on to second for one, and that's all they're going to get. They get the lead runner. And that is, at the very least, what you would like to do. So Abby hits into a fielder's choice, 6-4. And that's out number one. Abby on first base. That brings up Kendall to the plate. First pitch to Kendall, swung on, foul back, strike one. And that pitch in there for a strike. 0-2, and this ball gets thrown away. Nobody's paying attention out there. Gets out into center field. Abby Cagle, she's paying attention. She moves to second base. Swing and a miss. Strike three. That's out number two. Oops, sorry about that. So 2 outs and a runner on second. That brings up Izzy Cagle. First pitch to Izzy, swung on, popped up. Dan-Dalin coming in, not going to get there in time. Picked up by Aria in right field. She throws this ball in. Stop at home. Throw to second. Izzy Cagle out at second base. Sorry for not catching that. But Izzy picks up a RBI as Abby comes in to score, and the Xplosion take a 1-0 lead in the top half of the first inning. We'll see how the Monsters answer in their half of the first. Coming up in just a minute. warm-ups are done. Izzy Cagle ready on the mound, leading off for the Monsters, number 44, Rose Douglas. First pitch from Izzy to Rose. Low, ball one. Here's the 1-0 from Izzy to Rose. Swing and a miss, strike one. Rose a little behind on Izzy's fastball. 1-1 swung on, popped up foul, first base side, strike two. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Rose. Swung on, that's a hard hit ground ball. That gets through into the outfield to lead off single. That's picked up in the center field by Harley Becker. And Rose is on first with a leadoff single and no outs. Next up, Hannah Simmons to the plate. First pitch to Hannah, up high for a ball, throw down to second, goes into the outfield. Stolen base for Rose, that gets away. Oh, Becker back there to get that ball in time. Rose steals second, 1 ball, no strikes on Hannah. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Hannah from Izzy. Low, ball 2. Rose off second, stays there. Here's the 2-0. Bounces across the plate, 3-0. And she beats the throw. Throw is to the right side of the bag, and Rose was able to get there in time. So 3 balls, no strikes, no outs, runner on third here in the bottom of the first. Hannah shows bunt, pulls back, ball gets away. That's going to allow Rose to come in and score at home. So it's a 4-pitch walk on Hannah, and we are tied at 1 run apiece. That brings up Alina Giarusso to the plate with a runner on first. Alina shows bunt, pulls back, called strike, throw down at second is offline. Stolen base for Hannah Simmons. Turn our attention back to Alina at the plate. Swings and launches this one into left field. That's a fair ball. Fielded by the left fielder. She throws home. Gets cut off by Izzy. Throw down at second. Not in time. Alina Giarusso with an RBI double. And the Monsters are off and running here in the bottom of the first inning. Alina doing a great job of switching places out there. Next up, number 9, Riley Trude. Riley hits a chopper to short, fielded at shortstop, throw over to first in time. On the throw, Alina comes over to third and just gets there in time. She may want to think about sliding next time. So now with 1 out and a runner on third, that brings up Chevy. First pitch to Chevy in there, strike 1. The lights are on here at Carrier Park, I should say. 0-1, Chevy rips this one. That gets through to the outfield. That's an RBI for Chevy. She rounds first. That brings up number 22, Dan-Dalin, to the plate. Estelle and Izzy are teammates, as is Harley Becker out in center field for high school. They all play for APW, finished in second place in Class C, Section 3. Stelly shows bunt and offers strike one. Chevy stays at first base. She was supposed to run, I'm pretty sure. Here's the 0-1. Change up, and Estelle pops this in the left field. She was able to sit on there. Izzy's change up. It's a single for Dan-Dalin. Right off the end of the bat with Izzy's old bat, actually. That brings up number 10, Ella Persigin, to the plate. Ella swings to the first one, fouls that back to the backstop. 0-1. Runners at first and second. One out here in the bottom of the first inning. Monsters lead by a score of 3-1. Here's a 0-1. In there, call strike two. 0-2 on Ella. 0-2 pitch. Ella fouls that one off. Comes over here. Beth picks that up in left field and throws it in. No balls, 2 strikes on Ella. 1 out. Runners at first and second. 3 runs in. Izzy deals. Ella reaches, launches this one out to left field. Beth makes the grab, and Chevy's got to go back to second base. 2 outs. Ella gave that ball a good run for its money, but Beth out there pulling that one in. That brings up Emily to the plate. With 2 outs and 2 on, runners will be off on the contact. That changeup, considered a ball, looked good to me. Oh, and that one hit her. Doesn't matter. So Chevy on third, Estelle on second, Emily at first. That brings up Aria to the plate. First pitch, Aria swings and misses, strike one. A single scores 2. Estelle will score from second. She's off at the crack of the bat. Aria swings at a high one, fouls it back. 0-2. She should have let that one go by. Should have let the first one go by too, but let's not talk about bygones. Let bygones be bygones. Oh, 0-2 pitch to Aria Heath. Swing and a miss. Ball is dropped, and the catcher steps on home plate and makes the out. So, down go the Monsters, but damage delivered. They leave the bases loaded, but they score 3 runs at the end of 1 inning of play. It is 3-1 Monsters coming up for the Xplosion in the top of the second inning. It's Katie, Meg, and Harley Becker due up. Pitch misses for a ball. 1-0 on Katie here in the top of the second inning. So we have Emily on the mound. Sorry, I forgot to point that out last inning. Swung on, ground ball to Riley. Throw to first. Nice stretch at first base by Chevy. And there is one away. So with one out, that brings up right fielder Meg. First pitch to Meg. Swung at a high one, fouled back, strike one. Another high one. Meg lays off that one. 1-1 now with one out in the top of the second inning. That one misses, ball two. Alina doing everything she can to frame it. Any bigger of a frame by Alina, and we'd have to put that baby in the Louvre. 2-1 to Meg. Inside, 3-1. Alina's going to hold it until the umpire says strike, I think. 3 balls and 1 strike. A hitter's count for Meg. Call, strike 2. Here's the payoff pitch from Emily. Swung on, chopper, back to Emily. She backhands this ball, throws it over to first, not in time. Safe at first base is Meg. So now with one out and a runner on first, courtesy of Meg's infield hit, that brings up Harley Becker, the center fielder for the Xplosion and for the APW Rebels. First pitch, Harley, ground ball over this way, and oh, it just didn't bounce up enough. Saw Krista Cagle using her soccer skills, missing that ball. Strike 1 on Harley. Use your hands next time, Krista. Oh, fair enough. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Harley. Call, strike 2. Catches the inside edge. Harley, not a fan. Emily, liking what she sees. Alina, thankful for her framing. That one is high, ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Becker. Pitch swung on. Becker sends this out into center field. Dan-Dalin plays this on a hop. And Meg was holding up. She wasn't sure, I guess, if Estelle was going to be able to catch that on the fly or not. And it is a fielder's choice for Harley. Meg makes the second out at second base with that fielder's choice. Play goes 8-4. First pitch to Beth goes up and out of play. Strike 1. So runner on first, 2 outs, no balls, 1 strike for Beth here in the top of the second. Beth watches that strike go by. Thought about it but didn't like it, and that's okay. You don't have to swing at every strike. You get 3. The 0-2 to Beth. Holds up on that one. It's a ball. Gets away from Alina. He recovers. Throw it out at second. Out at second base. Harley Becker thought she had it. 2-6 goes that play. We'll see Beth again. So in an awkward sort of way, the Xplosion go down 1-2-3, but they go down 1-2-3 on the base paths. warm-ups are done. Actually, was that the first pitch? I'm not even sure. McKenzie's up to bat. I don't think it was a pitch. Pitch from Izzy to McKenzie. Oh, Big Mac. Big miss. Strike one. McKenzie pops this one up. First base, second base. Oh, just gets it off the end of the glove. Out number one. So McKenzie pops out to second base for the first out. That brings up McCarthy. One out, nobody on for McCarthy. Here's the pitch from Izzy. Change up. In there, call, strike one. Oh, one pitch to McCarthy. Swing and a miss, strike two. After the change-up like that, that fastball looks like lightning. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, 0-3, and McCarthy goes down swinging. So with 2 outs now, that brings up Rose Douglas. Rose started the game with a single, 2 stolen bases, and a run. First pitch to Rose, swing and a miss, strike one. She's a little bit behind on that one. It was a bit high, too. Here's the 0-1. Another high one, high enough that Rose lays off, though. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 from Izzy. Up and out, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Rose comes around on that one, and foul territory. First base player not able to get there in time. 2-2, and Rose will get back to the batter's box. So over at first base, that was a tough play for, I think it's Katie. Make that big swing and a miss, strike 3. And the Monsters go down 1, 2, 3. A pop out and 2 strikeouts. And after 2 innings of play, it's still 3-1 in favor of the Monsters. Coming up in the top of the 3rd inning for the Xplosion, it's their 8, 9, 10 batters. Beth, Madison, and Briggs due up. All right, warm-ups are done. Top of the 3rd inning, leading off, left fielder Beth. Beth took a few swings last inning. She was at bat, though, when the final out was made. First pitch to Beth misses, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 to Beth. Swung on. That drops in deep infield, fielded by Aria in right field. She quickly gets that in. It's a leadoff single for Beth. That'll bring up Madison, number 13. Had a timeout for Hannah to redo her hair. She likes it in a lower ponytail when a right-handed batter's up than a left-handed batter. Totally not true. Here's the first pitch to Madison. Called, strike 1. That looked a little high to me, but that's okay. Swung on, ground ball to first. Ella's going to take that one the easy way and just take the out next to her. Beth moves on to second. So with one out, that brings up Briggs with a runner on second. Pitch high, ball 1. One ball, no strikes on Briggs. Swung on, right back to Emily. Nice grab for out number 2. Yeah, all Emily did on that one was save her own life. So with 2 outs, that brings up Chloe. Runner on second. Oh, curveball misses outside, ball 1. There's the 1-0 to Chloe. Did I say Emily? Is that Rose? When did she get so tall? Sorry, that's Rose pitching this whole time. I'm not even paying attention. Swing and a miss. One ball, 2 strikes. Rose deals. In there, called strike 3. Chloe down looking. And after 2.5, the Monsters lead 3-1. Coming up in the bottom of the 3rd inning for the Monsters, it is Hannah, Alina, Riley, Chevy, and Estelle due up. warm-ups are done. In steps Hannah. Hannah reached on a walk, came around to score in the first inning. Pops this one up first base side. Look at Coach Chris doing everything he can to get out of the way, and away he goes. Strike one. Not going to get hit by another softball this week. Coach Chris got nailed last weekend by a foul ball. Pitch misses, ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Change up. Oh, she gets a piece of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 from Izzy to Hannah. A little high, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Hannah. Oh, Hannah swings at a high one, strike 3. So with 1 out, that brings up Alina Giarusso. Alina rocked a double in her first plate appearance. Got an RBI, came around to score. Changeup, sits on it, sends this one out there. Center field, Harley Becker hauls that ball in. Out number 2 for Harley Becker. That ball is ripped out there by Riley Trude, and it bounces underneath the fence, and it's a ground rules double for Riley Trude. Oh, bounced over? Whatever. Alina Giarusso coming in to run for Riley. That brings up Chevy to the plate. Chevy got a single her first plate appearance. Here she is with a runner on second and 2 outs. Pops this one up out of play. Strike 1. That was a loud glass break on that one, huh? Oh, and 1 inside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike now on Chevy. 2 outs. Runner on second. Throw back behind. Goes into the outfield. Lena's going to stay right there because Harley Becker, backing up the throw in center field, picked that ball right up. 2 balls and 1 strike on Chevy. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Alina comes to third and just beats that throw, safe at third base. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs on Chevy. Chevy hits that one. Chopper to second. Fielded over at second. Throw to first in time for out number 3. So the Monsters threaten but unable to get a runner across. After 3 innings, Monsters still lead by a score of 3-1. Coming up in the top of the 4th inning for the Xplosion, it's Sid, the center... left fielder. Wait a minute. What does that say? That says second base? Okay. Sid, the second base player, followed by Kaylin, Abby, and Kendall. All due up. our warm-ups done. Here is Sid for her first plate appearance. Ball bounces in front, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 on Sid. Rose bounces another one, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes on Sid. Rose goes high this time, 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes on Sid. Rose gets set and deals. That ball's in there, strike 1. The sun is just about set here. There's the pitch. That one bounces, ball 4, and Sid works a walk. So with the runner on first, that brings us to the top of the lineup. Here's Kaylin. Kaylin reached first on a single and then was thrown out at second on a fielder's choice. Here she is with a runner on first and no outs. First pitch in there, call, strike 1. Throw down at first, and Sid is back in time. Lights are on. It's always fun playing night games. Still pretty humid, but it has cooled off a little bit. She shows bunt and lays one down. Rose Fields throws to first in time for the out. Nobody's covering third. Hannah did not get there in time. Nice heads-up base running by Sid as she comes all the way to third on that play. It's a good sacrifice bunt for Kaylin. Out number 1. That brings up Abby Cagle to the plate. Abby reached on the fielder's choice, came around to score the Xplosion's only run. Swings at this ball, fielded by Hannah. She throws to first for the out, and it's an RBI for Abby. And it is now 3-2 Monsters, as the Xplosion cuts the lead in half. That brings up Kendall to the plate. Kendall struck out swinging her first plate appearance. Here she takes first ball up and out, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 to Kendall. Swung on, ripped into center field. Estelle jumps up to make the grab for out number 3. And that'll do it for the Xplosion, but they cross a run, and they come within 1 after 3.5 innings. It's 3-2 Monsters. Coming to bat in the bottom of the 4th, it's Estelle, Ella, Emily, Aria, Mackenzie, and McCarthy. All right, here's Estelle leading it off. First pitch high, ball one from Izzy. Izzy deals the 1-0. Call, strike one. 1-1. And Estelle gets that ball by the second base player, and she's got herself a leadoff single. Just going through the list of all the girls I see in the morning. So with no outs and Estelle on first, here's Ella Precision. First pitch, Ella swings and fouls it off, and Estelle is at second. She's going to have to go back to first now. It's all right. She can use the exercise. She likes running. Here's the 0-1 to Ella. That one bounces and gets away. Ball one. Estelle's going to round second and look. And she's going to stay at second base because she's chicken. One ball, one strike, runner on second now for Ella. No pitch. Here we go, 1-1. High, ball two. 2 balls and 1 strike on Ella. Ball's low, 3-1, gets away from the catcher, and Estelle comes to third. And because Rose interfered with the play, the runner is out. I mean, Emily, not Rose. Sorry. You know what? My bad. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Conversation on the mound for the Xplosion. So 1 out, 3 balls, 1 strike on Ella. Ella rips one at Grandma. Almost hit her. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, Liv, you know you gotta protect Grandma. She can't see anything. All right, good. Here's the payoff pitch from Izzy. And Ella launched this one down the third base line, fielded in left field. And Ella has herself a 1-out single. So with 1 out and a runner on first, here's Emily. Emily swings and fouls that first one off, strike 1. Bottom of the 4th. Here's the 0-1. Swung on. Emily pops this one out into right field. Right fielder calls for it, comes in and makes the grab for out number 2. So now with 2 outs, that brings up Aria. Ball bounces across, ball 1. That's going to allow Ella to take second. One ball, no strikes. High, 2 balls and no strikes. Arya chops this one to second. Backhand. Oh, and bobbled out there at second. Arya reaches on an E4, and we got runners at the corners. And that'll bring up Big Mac McKenzie to the plate. Pitch to McKenzie in there. Strike one. No balls and one strike. The 0-1. McKenzie launches this one center field. Harley Becker camps underneath it. Makes the catch for out number 3. Harley wants to keep playing, but that was out 3. I just work here, she says. All right, so the Monsters unable to get a run in due to an unfortunate misplay by the on-deck batter. But after 4 innings, the Monsters still lead by a score of 3-2. Coming up in the top of the 5th inning for the Xplosion, it's the middle of the lineup, 4, 5, 6. Izzy, Katie, and Meg due up. Warm-ups are done. Here we are, top of the 5th inning. Here's Izzy Cagle. Izzy led her varsity team in hits, average, triples, doubles, and I think she was second in runs. She's also like 6th in the league in strikeouts thrown, and that ball is a little blooper to short, throw to first. Not in time. Safe at first base. And Izzy with an infield single to start things off for the Xplosion here in the 5th inning. That'll bring up Katie. That pitch low and in the dirt. Ball 1. Throw down to second. Bobbled out there. Izzy Cagle takes second base on that ball. 1-0 on Katie. Izzy at second. No outs. Pitch inside, ball 2, gets away from Molina. That's going to allow Izzy to come to third, and she's in third standing up. So runner on third, no outs, 2 balls, no strikes for Katie at the plate. Rose deals, and that one's fouled off. Strike 1, 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 2-1 from Rose. Whoa, high, 3-1. Throw back to third. Ball pops out of the glove. Yeah. So I'm sorry. Alina's at third, I just realized. Riley Trude's at home playing catcher. There's a swing and a miss, strike two. Three balls and two strikes on Katie. Riley Trude behind a dish. Rose deals. This goes one hopper to center field. Grabbed by Estelle. She's got no choice but to toss it into second. And it is a tie game here in the fifth inning. It's an RBI single for Katie. So 3-3 game, no outs, runner on first. Here's Meg. Meg reached on a single, her first plate appearance. First pitch from Rose, bunt, and it's swatted out, fielded by Alina from her butt, throws to first, not in time. Runners at first and second. An umpire's calling every play safe, all in the runner's favor. So now we're runners at first and second. Here's Harley Becker. Harley hit into a fielder's choice, her first plate appearance, or reach on a fielder's choice, I should say. First pitch misses, ball one. Got runners at first and second, no outs, one run in already here in the top of the fifth inning. The 1-0 to Harley. Ground ball foul, strike one. One ball, one strike on Harley Becker. She shows bunt, pulls back, ball gets away from Riley. Runners advance. Runners now at second and third. 2 balls and 1 strike. Pitch outside, 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike on Harley Becker. No outs, runners at second and third. That's in there for called strike two. Full count now. What's going on, little girl? Here's the payoff pitch from Rose. Swung on, and Becker pops this into left field. Goes through Chevy's legs. Picked up by the center fielder. Estelle throws this into Hannah. And it's a bases-clearing double for Harley Becker. And the Xplosion take a 5-3 lead here in the top of the fifth inning. That brings up Beth to the plate. Beth got a single, her first plate appearance. Beth sends this one out to right field, and that gets by Emily out there. Played off the wall by Estelle. She throws this into second. And that's going to allow Harley Becker to score. Had Estelle hit the cutoff, there's a chance that Becker would not have scored. It's an RBI double for Beth. That brings up Madison. Madison hit into a fielder's choice, her first plate appearance. Here she is, no outs, runner on second. Rose deals, swung on, ground ball to second. Fielded, throw to first in time. Out number 1. Beth stuck at second base. She should have advanced to third on that one, but She's busy watching the awesome play by Mackenzie at second base. Next up is Briggs. Briggs lined out to the pitcher. She almost killed Rose. Rose saved her own life by catching that ball. First pitch there is a ball. I was waiting for the umpire to put the strike signal up because it looked really good to me. 1-0 to Briggs. That's in there. Strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. One swung on. Briggs sends this out. It's shallow. Estelle not able to grab it. Picked up by Emily. That's going to allow Briggs to come to second. Ball gets away from Hannah. And it's an RBI RBI single for Briggs. She moves to second on the throw. 1 out. That brings up Chloe with the runner on second. It is now 7-3. First pitch in there for a strike. Chloe went down looking her first plate appearance. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes on Chloe. Last out was Madison. That ball gets thrown away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So runner on third, 1 ball, 2 strikes. In there, called strike 3. Chloe goes down looking for the second time. So now with 2 outs, that brings up Sid. Sid walked and came around to score her first plate appearance. Rose deals, and it hits her. Runners at the corners. That brings us to the top of the order. Here's Kaylin, the catcher. Chloe's coming in to run for Beth. We turn our attention to Kaylin. First pitch bounces, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 from Rose. Swung on, sent into center field. Estelle trying to play it on the run in. There's no reason for that. And trying to extend it all the way to third, Kaylin. She got herself a single. Thrown out at third, though, for out number 3. However, wait, 1, 2. I think 3 runs came in. Yep, and it is now 9-3. So after 4.5 innings of play, Xplosion picked up 7 runs that inning. They now lead by a score of 9-3. Let's see what the Monsters have to answer in the bottom half of the 5th. It's McCarthy, and then top of the order, Rose, Hannah, Alina, Riley, Chevy, and Estelle coming up. All right, warm-ups are done. New pitcher for the Xplosion. It's Abby Cagle. First pitch from Abby. Swung on, popped up. There's room. Foul. No balls and 1 strike on McCarthy. Pops this one up over the backstop. Strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. McCarthy just able to get a piece of that one. That was a little bit of a screwball there, maybe. 0-2 from Abby. McCarthy puts this one in play, out in right field, and it drops. McCarthy's got herself, we'll call it a single. So with the runner on first and no outs, here's Rose Douglas. Rose is 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Run scored, 2 stolen bases. First pitch to Rose. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 0-1. High, ball 1. 1 and ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 to Rose. Swung on, launched this one out. Right center field. Bounces off the wall. Picked up by the right fielder. Thrown in. Rose is at second. She's going to have to stop because she's got away from McCarthy to get to third. It's a double for Rose. So runners at second and third now for Hannah Simmons. Monsters trail 9-3. First pitch high, ball 1. Hannah fouls out one off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 from Abby Cagle. In there, called strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Hannah. Hannah reaches, fouls this one out of play. We'll do the 1-2 pitch again. Here's the 1-2 to Hannah. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So with 1 out, that brings up Alina Giarusso with runners at second and third. Pitch in there, strike 1. High, though. No need for Alina to swing at it. That's called strike 2, even though it was low and inside. No balls and 2 strikes on Alina. Abby deals. Alina fights that one off, foul. No balls and 2 strikes on Alina. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Next up, Riley Trude. First pitch to Riley. Swings at a high one. Oops, strike one. She swung at a ball that was so high, I marked it down as a ball. Oh, and 2 on Trude. And Trude launches this one into center field. 1 run scores, 2 run scores. It's a 2 RBI single for Riley Trude. So Riley's the catcher. So she's going to get a runner. Alina's going to go in and run for Riley. First pitch to Chevy to shortstop. Izzy throws to first in time for out number 3. So the Monsters are able to plate 2 that inning. They trail 9-5 after 5 innings of play. And coming up is the top and possibly the final inning. These games are timed. So top of the 6th inning coming up for the Xplosion. It's their 2-3-4 batters, Abby, Kendall, and Izzy, all due up in the top of the 6th for the Xplosion. Warm-ups are done. Here is Abby. New pitcher on the mound for the Monsters, Aria Heath. That one's tipped back. Strike 1. So 0-1 to Abby. Swung on, foul back, out of play. 0-2 now. There's the 0-2 to Abby. Swung on, sent out to center field. Estelle makes the grab for out number 1. So with one out now, that brings up Kendall. Ball low, ball one. Here's the 1-0. Oh, misses ball two, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes from Arya. Swung on, popped up, and out of play. Strike one. Two balls and one strike. Arya checks the sign and deals. Swing and a miss by Kendall. Strike two. Two balls, two strikes, one out for the Xplosion. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Ball is dropped. Riley Trude picking that ball up. Throw to first. Not in time. So it's a K, but an E2 allows Kendall to reach first. So now with one out and one on, here's Izzy Cagle. Izzy batting left-handed. She's going to go for the slap attack to get to first. Or maybe a bunt. Called strike. Throw down to second. Not in time. Kendall with a stolen base. No balls, one strike, one out, runner at second. Izzy shows bunt, pulls back, it's a ball. Yeah. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike two on Izzy. One ball, two strikes from Arya to Izzy. And Izzy sends this one out into right field. It's going to be a couple hopper. One run scores. It's an RBI single for Izzy Cagle. Yeah. Big swing and a miss, strike one by Katie. No balls and one strike on Katie. Big swing and a miss, strike two. And Izzy takes second base. Delayed steal as that ball gets thrown back to the pitcher. Oh. I wasn't paying attention. So the ball was thrown behind Izzy. She took off on the throw. Well, you know, you were watching. That's in there, called strike three. Izzy's going to third. Under the tag, the umpire says, because he hasn't called a single close play to the throw yet. Not for either team. That brings up Meg. Meg's 2 for 2 with two singles and a run scored. Swing and a miss there, strike one. She's got a duck on the pond over at third base. Here's the pitch. Low, ball one. One ball and one strike on Meg. Here's the 1-1 to Meg. Swing and a miss, strike two. No, you should be fine there. One ball, two strikes on Meg. Swing and a miss, strike three. And that'll do it for the Xplosion. But they pick up another run, and after 5.5 innings, they lead 10-5. Coming up in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Monsters, it's Estelle, Ella, Emily, Aria, Mackenzie, McCarthy, and Rose. Got to get to Rose if we want to be able to have a chance to come back and win this game. All right, Abby in the circle, Estelle at the plate. First pitch, outside, ball one. Estelle hits this one. Oh, back to Abby. She stabs it out of the air. Throw to first in time for out number one. With one out, that brings up Ella Precision. Ella swings at the first one, goes to third. Ground ball, throw over to first in time. Out number two. 2 up, 2 down on 3 pitches. Next up is Emily. Emily's been hit by a pitch and flew out to right field. See if she can get things started for the Monsters here. First pitch is a ball. There's strike one. One ball, one strike on Emily. Ooh, call, strike two. One ball and, oh, called strike three. Monsters go down 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the 6th inning, and well, and we're going to have enough time to play one more inning. I think so, right? On league nights, there's time limits. It's the 7th inning right now. 7 max, or an hour and a half. We've only been playing for like an hour and 22 minutes. Or maybe it's an hour and 25. He says he got about a minute and a half left to play. And that's it. That's the ball game. This one ends in Xplosion victories. They come away winning this one by a score of 10-5. What a great opening night for both teams here. First night of league play. Monsters having some fun out there, moving people around. Rose did a great job out on the mound for 4 extremely solid innings. And we come away here with a 10-5 game from Carrier Park in East Syracuse, New York. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, reminding you, don't wait for it to be a good day. Make it a great day, everyone.